Hey, it's Dr. Nikki Zeigler. I am here with Talks and the Combo with Dr. Nikki Zeigler. I'm so excited about this show. We have so many authors coming in from all over the world, talking about their new book. So if you have not heard about the Combo with Dr. Nikki Zeigler, go ahead and share the page. Go ahead and let me know you're here. I'm excited. Listen, we've been on tour for the last 2 weeks, going all over the world, all overseas, coming back down. And so we have so many different authors that I'm interviewing, talking about their stories, just seeing what they got going on. Because it's, during this pandemic, it's kind of crazy because I'm like, man, who writes a book during the pandemic? Me and about 100 billion people. We all decided to step out on faith and decide to write our story, tell our story, give you, for me, I've done 3 books during the pandemic. So this has not stopped nothing. We got to keep going. We got to keep pushing, striving, pressing our way through, breaking down barriers. We got to do a lot of things. So listen, if you haven't had a chance to watch the show, go ahead and let me know that you're here. I see Tawana Thresher. Hey, I hope you're feeling better. Listen, it's going to be awesome. We got some amazing guests coming up all this week. It's going to be crazy. So I want you to stay tuned. I want you to check out who we have coming up. Just extraordinary people. And so my next guest is LaTonya Renae. Let's go ahead and get her in here. Hey girl, how you doing?
Hey, how are you doing, everyone?
I am doing great. You're so pretty. I love your earrings.
Thank you. Thank you.
Come on, serve the people. Serve the people today.
Thank you so much. Hi everyone. I'm LaTonya Renae.
So tell them who you are, where you from, and the name of your book, and why did you decide to write this book?
Hi, everyone. My name is LaTonya Renae, and I am from Jacksonville, Florida. I'm here in Jacksonville, Florida. And the name of my book is Wounded in Worship. Wounded in Worship.
Wow.
A preacher's daughter's journey from wounds to wholeness. So the reason I wrote... I'm a PK, everybody. But the reason I wrote the book, because my journey was so devastating in church, because church is where God dwells, supposedly. That's where the light is supposed to be. But actually, my experience in church was the darkest place of my life. And through the molestation, the rape, the abuse from my husbands, lost my virginity to a preacher, one of my daddy's friends. So for me, church was not the place of light. It was the place of darkness. And like I said, started from when I was a little child. The molestation really just started that path of it being the bad place. And of course, so I wrote the book to show people that no matter how dark your life has been, no matter what you're going through, that you can overcome anything. And God can use whatever that is. Of course, he always does. He used that dirty, dark, ugly stuff to help people come. So that's the reason I wrote the book, so I can be an encouragement, to be a vessel to show people that you do not have to let your past be determined to determine your destiny, so that you can push through, and you can not only push through, but you can thrive and become better and overcome. So that's the reason I wrote it.
Wow, that's an awesome story. Wow. So when did you write the book?
I actually, it dropped on July 31st of this year. My birthday, it was my birthday present to me. Like you said, in the pandemic, I had been, you be pushing stuff off and because you're too busy. But he made all us be still. So in the stillness is when I actually completed the book. It released on July 31st. I turned 52 on August 1st. So it was my gift to myself.
Good. I'm looking on 52. Period.
Thank you. But I was just, so that's when it dropped. And it's been, God has really blessed me to be a blessing to other people, letting them know. And I just want to be his mouthpiece. That's it.
Wow. So what do you do in the church? Are you a singer? Are you?
Actually, I have been singing all my life. I'm a mimer. I love to mime. That's what I really love to do.
Wow.
And also, I am a motivational speaker. So we have, the lady lectureships, the stuff that you do, conferences. So I am a speaker on that. So mainly, that's what I do in church.
Okay, good. So what's next for you? So I know the book's been selling. What's next for you?
Next is another book that I'm writing. And also I have a gospel a musical that I like a play, a musical. Coming in on Broken Pieces is the name of it. And so that's what I'm the next big major thing besides the next book that I'm doing. So I want to go ahead and complete that musical. Also want to I do a lot of sexual abuse workshops. So I want to, as the world's opening back up, I want to get back into those things. So just different workshop, different conferences, and of course a virtual tour. Been doing a lot of those.
This is really good. So what will you tell the next aspiring author who want to write a book but just don't know where to start?
Well, actually start. I think whatever your journey is, that's your start. Nobody's journey is the same. And I think that you should just start with being authentic. Actually start with talking to God. That's where you really
God.
Because a lot of times we think things God give us ideas and everything, or things that we give ourselves, but until God is in His will. And so I always ask God, is this something you want me to do? That I want to, because like I said, the book, I just shared this, Dr. Nikki. I actually was supposed to write the book a while ago, right? But I was in such a bitter place. I didn't get released from God to write it at the time, because it would have been a totally different kind of book, written from not a foundation of overcoming or being whole. It would have been a whole different kind of book. So that's the reason why I feel like He didn't release me. So I think when you ever start in anything, and if you even starting to write a book, then always talk to God first. Make sure that you're where you need to be in that. And so that's where you start. And also what I did was I started how to put a book together. There's everything, Google. There are different things, different conferences you go to, publishing, because you need to know about your publishing.
That's right.
Because I'm gonna tell another story. I'm sorry, Dr. Nikki, but I got my ISBN, the original one I wrote. I did not read the fine print, and the person would have actually owned the rights to my book if I went farther and know that. Yeah. So I tell people, be very careful. Don't take everybody's help, because they're really probably not trying to help you. So be very diligent in what you're doing. But like I said, start with God. Write down your story. Don't try to edit it. Don't just write it. And then go back through it, and that's where I would start at, with God. And just
you gotta hear from God, like you got to, in the season, because you don't want to put something out and you're still broken.
Exactly.
It was called "I Am an Overcomer Woman," and you write these kind of books, make sure you are overcame from it.
Come on,
because if you're still in it, then the devil still got room to use
you.
Even though you was the victim. You know what I'm saying?
Yes.
So you want to make sure whatever you do, God is in that thing.
Amen.
So He can bless it.
Yes. And I'm so thankful that He didn't release me when I was in there. Because I'm talking about wounds of wholeness, and you're not even whole. So that would have been a lie, right? So you're still mad and you're still bitter. So He wouldn't have been able to bless it, because it would have been a lie.
Come on, God.
So until I went through the journey of actually, and I was, how you in ministry and you helping everybody else and you doing it and you telling everybody else what to do, but I was going home not doing what I was preaching, and so He didn't release me to do it, because I was still mad and angry and stuff like that. So it took years, and I finally was like, okay, I'm at peace, I'm good. And that's what another thing the pandemic did for me. It stopped me from trying to help everybody else and stop running from myself and get my healing that I needed to get.
Oh my God, I love this. I'm so happy. I am so happy for you. You know what I'm saying? Because a lot of authors out there have written books out of hatred, out of envious, out of jealousy, out of unforgiveness, and you know what I'm saying. And them books are prospering, you know what I'm saying? But they're prospering through the devil, not through God.
There you go.
You want to make sure whatever you do, you prosper through the word of God, so you
can
get that manifestation God has for your life. So, man, I'm so proud. I'm so happy that you came onto my show to talk about
Thank you.
Because there's so many people need to hear this. They need to hear this. So where do they find you?
Okay, there are several places. My number is 336-521-3725. My email is Tonya'sEmbrace@yahoo.com. And Tonya is TonyaZEmbrace embrace like you hugging somebody.com. I have my website is LaTonyaRenae.com. So those I'm also on Facebook as LaTonya Renae. I'm also on Twitter, not Twitter, but on Instagram as LaTonya Renae. So those are the platforms where you can find me.
Wow. Well, I'm so excited about all the things that you have going on. God is so awesome. He's using you to set the captives free. And that's a pleasure to be used by God. Come on now.
Yeah. So, can I also give them how to get the book as well?
Yeah, of course. Come on.
Okay. You can order the book. Of course, it's on Amazon. And again, it's Wounded in Worship. And it has the lady, as you can see, she on one side, she's praising the Lord. The other side, she's bruised and broken and battered. And I would say the church is where I learned how to praise and lie at the same time. So that's what was going on with me most of my life. But like I said, but God, they have my but God experience. And so I want to tell people that you can be church hurt, but Christ can actually heal you. So you can be devoted.
And you know what? I don't even call it church hurt. I call it people hurt.
Yeah, people hurt. Yeah.
When I think about the church, my husband's a pastor as well. I be telling people, I can't come to church because I've been hurt too, baby. It wasn't the church. It wasn't the church.
Exactly.
It was the people that was at the church.
Exactly.
There's a big difference. We don't want to talk about it. It's
so let Christ. Let Christ. I'm converted to Christ. He is my healer. He's the one I worship. I don't worship people. Like that's what I was doing as a kid, and growing up in life, just worshiping and the image.
You ain't know no better.
That's right. And the image, how you're a preacher's wife, so the image that everybody wants you to be. And I'm like, I'm just a kid. I'm a person. I got to go through my journey. But yeah, that's how I pray that if you know anybody that's being abused, period. They don't have to be a church story. It's actually just abuse because that story is relevant and it doesn't matter where you are. Please get your blessing and get that book. And like I said, I just want to be an encouragement to people and showing them that no matter how dark it is, you can overcome. And not only will you overcome, you will help somebody be better.
Wow. Well, thank you so much for coming on the show. We
appreciate you.
You're welcome to come anytime.
Thank you. I'll be following you, so I'll be following.
You take care. Good meeting you too.
Good meeting you too. Thank you so much.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.